Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people. You're welcome back to Wake Up With Me, and my name is Femi. Today, we'll be exploring something very profound that God laid in my heart. Is a message, and it's a message for you going into March. Today is the last day of February 2024, and this message was laid in my heart yesterday while I was reading the Bible. I can't remember the passage I was reading, but something stuck out to me. It said, I destroyed them because they worship the works of their hands. So today we are going to talk about the consequences of worshiping the works of your hands, why you should not worship the works of your hands. I believe God did not lay this on my hands by happenstance. It's a word for now. It's a word for this season. And I believe that this wisdom holds crucial insights for your spiritual journey. I'm talking to everyone in this season, irrespective of your background, irrespective of your religious beliefs, irrespective of your race, right? But before we delve deeper, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and join this community. So let us begin. Let us dive in. But before we dive in, watch the intro. So sometimes in our pursuit for success, in our pursuit for achievements, it's very, very easy for you to lose sight of what truly matters. I believe that message was for me. However, I know that God wanted me to share it to you all in this time of economic hardship. It's very easy for you to want to pursue money, for you to want to pursue success, for you to want to pursue achievements, and lose sight of what really truly matters. That is why I decided to admonish us today and speak to us against worshiping the works of your hands. This is a key principle, and it's essential to our spiritual and emotional well-being. Let's unpack this together. Let's look at this together. Deuteronomy chapter 27 verse 15 says, "Cursed is anyone who makes an idol, a detestable thing to the Lord, the works of skilled hands, and set it up in secret." Right? Isaiah 2 verse 8 says, "The land is full of idols. They bow down to the works of their hands, to what their fingers have made." And Leviticus 26 says, "Do not make idols or set up an image or a sacred stone for yourself," and all that, and all that. Now, why am I talking about this? My brothers, my sisters, everybody wants to be stable. Everybody wants to be stable in this time of economic hardship. But God is saying to someone who cares to listen, God is saying to you, one more time, don't worship the works of your hands. Why is he saying so? Because human beings, we have very limited perspective. And there's a limited perspective that is inherent in our creation, in what we create. Now, what you create could be your business. What you create could be your marriage. What you create could be your job. You know, the works of your hands. What have you created here? God is saying, don't let it take my place. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12 reminds us, say, for now, we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. So what is this trying to say? Your perspective is limited. Human perspective is very, very limited, right? Your creations are finite and they are imperfect. They are unable to capture the vastness and the complexities of God. And that's one of the reasons why God is saying, do not worship the works of your hands. Literally, don't let your business, your job, take my place. I want to speak to you. I want to talk to you. Those things that you put your trust in, they are very limited, right? They are very, very limited. Another reason why you should not worship the works of your hands is that it will distort your priorities. It will shift away your focus from spiritual values. I'm guilty of this. I am very guilty. And when I was reading this word, it jolted me back and said, look, you need to take your spiritual values more seriously than you've ever taken it. The Bible says, do not store treasures for yourself on earth, where moths and vermin would destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. So where is your treasure? For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Let's remember to prioritize things like compassion, prioritize empathy and love above material, possessions. A lot of times we are all just, overwhelmed with, my money, my this, my that. But you forget that when you prioritize your creation above all else, you lose the real essence of life. You lose sight of what truly matters in life. So this is a word for you going into March and for the rest of the year. Don't worship the works of your hands. Some of you have bought new cars and you wake up in the morning, the first thing is you are going out to look at that car. You treat people with disrespect because they are coming into your car. You must clean your leg. You must sit a certain way. You must not eat. You must not that. Where is love? Where is empathy? Where is compassion? Where is understanding? You are just consumed by the accumulation of physical things. Don't let it distort your priorities. Material possessions, your achievements, The things that you have created, they can become idols. Those products that you sell that is bringing you so much money, they can become idols that overshadow deep spiritual values. Another thing we need to look at is we need to be careful, because when you worship the works of your hands, it inflates your ego. You become proud. You have self-importance. It will lead you to arrogance, selfishness, lack of humility. And at the end of the day, all of that will hinder your personal growth, because when you feel you are all that, nobody can talk to you. You are not in a place of learning. Neither are you in a place of spiritual development. So the word here for us today is be careful. Don't let the work of your hands inflate your ego and foster pride. Proverbs 16 verse 18 says, pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. And that happens when you are enamored by your own creation. You risk losing your humility. A word is enough for the wise. Your humility got you there. You were able to humble yourself before the mighty hands of God. I don't know who I'm speaking with. You were able to humble yourself before the mighty hands of God. And when you humbled yourself, God brought you that marriage. God brought you that job. God brought you that business. God brought you that promotion. Continue to humble yourself. Don't say, I got here by myself. You didn't get here by yourself. You got here by the work of God, by the hands of God. So don't worship the creation, rather worship the Creator. Sustain your relationship with the King of Kings. Another reason why God has laid it in my heart to speak to us about not worshiping the works of your hands, because it's very, very easy. It will lead you to, rely solely on external validation. You want to hear people say, hey, you are doing great. Oh, you want people to like what you are doing because you are worshiping that thing. So if people are not liking it, you are like, what is wrong? What's happening? Right? I said, relying solely on external validation through material success and recognition of one's creation can lead you to insecurity and dissatisfaction. However, true fulfillment comes from within, comes from cultivating that inner peace, that contentment. It comes from a sense of purpose that is not dependent on what you achieve outside. Right? When you worship the works of your hands, you begin to look for external validation. Oh, they like me. Oh, they don't like me. Oh, when you are focused on God, you know that it is God that provides, is the one that gives. You submit your intellect, your finances, everything to the King of Kings. Your satisfaction will come from inside of you. True fulfillment comes from within, not from outside. Psalm 139 verse 14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that fully well. You can only get to that point of saying, your works are wonderful. I know that fully well because I'm fearfully and wonderful made. You can only say that when you are worshiping the King of Kings, when you do not allow the creation to take over the presence of the Creator. I don't know who I'm talking to. You have allowed your marriage to take the place of God. You have allowed your children to take the place of God. My brothers, my sisters, I'm telling you that there's an hierarchy of things. Before your husband, before your wife, God first. Before your job, before anything, God first. But when you put those things first, then you begin to look at those things and you begin to, because those things are external, you begin to look at them for validation. You begin to listen to what people say about the works of your hands to get validation from that. And at the end of the day, it only leads you to insecurity, it leads you to dissatisfaction. But when you make God the center of your life, your validation comes from inside. Let's move on to the last one, number 5. Reason why you should not worship the works of your hands. Well, I won't say 5. I think I still have some more. Worshipping the works of your hands will create an illusion of control over your life. Oh, you have control over your life. You have control over your circumstances. But the truth is, life is very unpredictable and it's beyond your control. So there's a limit in human agency. And when you recognize this limitation in human agency, it will lead you to a sense of surrender. It will lead you to a sense of accepting the King of Kings. It will lead you to a place where you trust in your Creator, when you trust in God's divine plan, when you trust in the higher power. But when you think, oh, I've got this, you've got nothing. God controls everything. So do not worship the works of your hands, because it will give you an illusion that you are in charge. But remember, many are the plans of a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Life is very unpredictable. Life is not in your hands. Life is in God's hands. You can plan, but God does what he wants to do. So with that, I say to you, always ask him in these times, Father, let your will be done. Don't try to control things. When you try to control the outcome of things, that's tantamount to witchcraft. When you try to control the outcome of things, you are telling God, back off. I can handle this. What can you handle? You can handle nothing. You can handle nothing. It's not in your place. When you begin to worship the works of your hands, when you are fixated on that job, when you're fixated on the creations, what you have created with your hands, you make yourself stagnant spiritually, even developmentally. And God is saying, no, don't worship the works of your hands. Don't be fixated on your own creations. True spiritual growth transcends, anything. It comes from you connecting to the King of Kings. And if you become stagnant, what happens is that you have lost connection. You lose connection with others. In fact, you first of all lose connection with God, then you lose connection with others. And this can break barrier to things like empathy, things like compassion, things like understanding. And it will prevent you from forming meaningful relationships, from truly experiencing the interconnectedness with all God's creation. That's what I call, you become delusional. You put yourself in this balloon. You feel you are all that. But the truth is, these are the things that happens when you worship, the works of your hands. And God is saying to you in this time, my brothers and sisters, this is a prophetic word for somebody that is watching me. Someone who is having it good, or you are going to have it very good, God is saying, when you get there, don't worship the works of your hands. For those of you that are there already, God is saying, do not stop it. Put me first, and I will blow everything up before your face. I would surprise you. I would meet you. I would give you more than you expected if you do not worship the works of your hands. I'm just here to remind you to maintain perspective. I'm here to remind you today to maintain humility, to be aware spiritually. You know, you can seek fulfillment. You can seek material things. You can also have fulfilling relationships. All this will come when you are centered and grounded in the worship of the Most High God rather than the worship of your hands. So with that, I say thank you, guys. Thank you for watching me today. Until next time, I want you to stay blessed. I want you to stay inspired. And I want you to continue to wake up with me. My name is Femi Ayodele. I would see you in my next video. If today's message resonates with you, please do share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget, my dear friends, to comment below. Share your thoughts, share your experiences on this matter, on this message that I've brought to you. Your feedback means the whole world to me. I see you all that have subscribed. I do not take your presence here for granted. Until next time, take care. And may you find peace and purpose in the Almighty God. May you find peace in these times. I love you all. And I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye. Bye.